Good morning, welcome to a new market update in which we're discussing Bitcoin and Ethereum in the morning update as Bitcoin is correcting while Ethereum is trying to break out upwards. And in the meantime, still most of the altcoins are correcting in the Bitcoin pair. Yes, some are doing great like Harmony and Fantom, but not everything is doing great. So we're going to give you a slight overview of the markets in this morning update. Before we're going to continue, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like the YouTube update, and also do not forget to check out my Twitter and Instagram where you can find daily content on the markets. And if you want to trade alongside me, get trade IDs, fundamental reports, start developing yourself as a better trader. Don't forget to check out the website in the description beneath where you can join our group. So, looking at the Bitcoin markets, we can see that the price action is showing us a corrective move, and we're diving into the lower time frames in a little bit, but I just wanted to give a slight overview of the markets as in that didn't really change. I might assume that we're going to get some vibes of a bear market or even worse corrective movements happening in the coming period, but overall the market is just consolidating above crucial levels as we have been discussing previously. So the crucial levels that we have is 59k as a retest level, but overall you don't really want to see the price action of Bitcoin dropping beneath this entire green zone, and that green zone is an important one to watch if you want to see any sustainable support happening at all. So if you want to see the market continue moving upwards, this entire green zone is the area where you should be looking at for support. But also, what we have discussed earlier is that if you still want to get into the markets at this point, the chances are getting there for you right now. So we're getting into lower 60k, high 59k areas. And that is actually shouting or giving you any opportunities to get into the markets at this point. When we're looking at the lower time frames for Bitcoin, and this is a fully Dutch chart, as you can see on the left, we are looking at the lower time frame support or low time frame charts at this point. We have been discussing some levels that we should be watching overall, right? So we stated we have to break the resistance at 63.7, and if we're going to have a fake out above and can't hold 63.7, we're going to drop all the way back towards the other side of the range. We didn't even really get that breakout. We just got a pretty harsh rejection, and immediately we lose 61.7k as support, through which the price fell through towards the next support level. Now, when we are looking at the price action overall here, we can see that price has been showing lower highs, lower lows. So the trend is downwards at this point from the lower time frames. And we've got some crucial levels that the markets have to break through if you want to see continuation happening. However, 61.6 is getting another rejection here, as we can see. Couldn't really break through it. In which the chances of a test of the support to be taking place at 59.7 are significant. So it wouldn't be a surprise to see a retest happening there. And if we're going to lose 59.7, I assume we're going to see a drop back towards 57k taking place at this point. And when we are looking at 57k as a next support zone, we're looking at the higher time frames, which we have discussed just briefly, which is this entire region of crucial support based on a daily time frame. So lower time frame, we are looking at potentially even a more corrective move towards those levels, granting you opportunities to get into the markets. And when we're looking at time frames to look for, or levels to look for a breakthrough towards a new all-time high, first we have to crack 61.6, and then second we have to break to 63.6. But at this point the trend is making lower highs, lower lows, through which the assumption of a potential retest at 57k is quite likely. But in order to get there we have to lose 59k. It's all marginal. If you want to start building swing trade positions, I think the chances are here for you, as the market is still going for another run upwards. But overall, I do not assume that we're going to have the top of this cycle during this quarter. I think we're going to have a longer cycle. Ethereum against USDT. We have briefly discussed this one yesterday, in which we have a scenario written like this. Overall, the crucial levels that Ethereum has to hold on to are 3.6 in the entire region, around 3.8 to 3.9. And at this stage, we are looking at a case where we might be getting that as we try to break out upwards again. And we're failing to do so based on the fact that Bitcoin is also not showing strength. So we might be saying, hey, we've got a rising wedge structure here, which is not valid at all, but we could be having one through which we're going to have a breakdown, retest of the lower levels before we're going to continue moving. Price action in itself for Ethereum is quite comparable to the price action that we have seen previously too. And when we get into those corrective movements, especially given the fact that we are also facing all-time high region, through which that could be a reference point for traders to start taking profits from, I think that overall, if we're going to have that corrective move towards these regions, that is a beautiful chance for you to get into the markets. Beautiful breakout upwards on the Bitcoin pair. I'm still not too much interested in getting into this one. I might be if we hold around 0.65 to 0.66 and we just get a slight minimal corrective or sideways action here. Right now we are facing the next resistance zone after breaking this first one. I'm still going to search for a potential higher low to be happening around 0.062. If that is taking place, then I'll be interested in taking the position overall. But right now it's nice to see this overall strength, but we have remarkably seen this exact same happening in November last year, which came all the way back down due to strength of Bitcoin during that period. So I'm not convinced yet. I'm standing behind the thesis of buying altcoins at a later stage, or at least increasing my bags. And at this point, I'm quite fine having Bitcoin as a big exposure in my portfolio. Looking at some altcoins that we have discussed previously. We've discussed Fantom, in which we also stated a Fibonacci extension targets based on the previous price action, right? And we've got to watch targets that we wanted to take profits from. So the previous high, previous low, we take profits around the 3618 Fibonacci level. And you can also see previous high, previous low, 1618 was the previous top here too. Previous high, previous low gets us towards this take profit point too, 1.618 Fibonacci level. And right now we can see that Fantom is consolidating a little, especially given the fact that we've just had a massive run of 20x. I think you should be taking profits from this portion or this trade overall. Areas to look for as a potential entry point. You're looking at this green zone. Around that area, that's where you want to take the profit, the new entry from. Same goes for Harmony. Also use the Fibonacci extension here. Got towards the Fibonacci target. And I think you want to take profits from this one as well. And you want to start taking entries once again around this area of 0.25. So overall markets are correcting a little. That is fine. Markets are still doing okay. Nothing to worry about. I'll be back later today with a fresh new update. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and I'll see you again soon.